What is your background and what led you down this path of becoming a pharmacist and a wellness content creator?
Can I do anything just to kind of like help with my heart palpitations, my anxiety? And she just said, I honestly don't know about any of that. And I was like, listen, anything you put in your body, it's a risk versus benefit analysis.
I'm Jenny Jones, and today I'm joined by Ariana, Doctor of Pharmacy, functional health expert, and founder of Cinis, Pharmacist-formulated teas. You may know her as Wellness Farm on social media, where she shares how food, lifestyle, and targeted nutrition can help optimize health. In this episode, we discuss functional health, supplements, gut health, beauty, and the power of food as medicine. You are listening to the BiohackerBlondie Podcast. Okay, so welcome back to the BiohackerBlondie Podcast. I am really excited because this is going to be all about health, wellness, kind of a girly conversation with the amazing Ariana. And you are a big social content creator with, I think your social is Wellness Farm, and you used to be a pharmacist. So let's get into it because this is going to be such a fun conversation all about health, longevity, beauty, hormones. Really excited. So welcome to the show. And for anyone who doesn't know you, what is your background and what led you down this path of becoming a pharmacist and a wellness content creator?
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I started out as a pharmacist. I went to school in California. I was taking my board exams. And around that time, I was dealing with like really bad anxiety. Oh. And so I went to the doctor and immediately she was like, okay, well, you can just take Lexapro for that and you'll feel better in about 6 to 8 weeks. And that's like the only thing she said to me. And at that point, I was like, I don't feel I'm in a place where I need to take Lexapro. Lexapro is great for people who really do need it, but I just was feeling a lot of anxiety. And I just asked her, is there anything else I can do, like supplements, food? Can I do anything just to kind of like help with my heart palpitations, my anxiety? And she just said, I honestly don't know about any of that. The supplements, I'm not the person to ask, but if you are really needing it, we can put you on Lexapro. And I felt so dismissed. I mean, mind you, I was waiting at the doctor's office for maybe an hour, even though I had an appointment. And that's the only help that she gave me. And this is a doctor I actually really liked. And that just kind of put things into perspective for me, especially as a pharmacy student at the time.
Yeah.
I just realized that we're so good at treating problems when they've already happened and emergency medicine, but we're not good at actual health optimization and preventing things from getting worse or preventing diseases from happening or even targeting the root cause of why people are feeling this way. And so I just did my own research, I researched supplements, nutrition, and I really healed myself.
Wow.
And so my creator journey started when I was posting my own tips that I learned, and people really resonated with that. And then I went and I got certified in functional nutrition, and I just kept posting more health and wellness tips and educational videos, and that's kind of how it got me to where I am today.
Okay, being your friend and not even knowing this is how it started is so amazing. I just had a conversation last weekend. My friend came to visit from New York. Mm-hmm. He's in the tech space, and a lot of people he knows are dealing with anxiety and depression and are on so much medication. Because the doctor just said, get on this medication, and they don't do that research and look outside the box of medication. And there's so many things that can happen when you take medication, like constipation. You have to get on other medication for all the side effects. And it's such an issue right now. I didn't realize how many people are on medication and don't think about nutrition or herbs or detoxing or deficiencies. And you might be on this medication the rest of your life. And not only that, but I feel like it takes away who you truly are when you are numb, when you can't function the way your body like is truly meant to function. And so did you ever get on medication, or was this something you just went straight to, functional, really trying to like get to the root cause?
So I never took medication for the anxiety that I was experiencing. For me, like especially as a pharmacist, it's like I became a pharmacist for a reason. I love drugs. I love learning about. Oh yeah, I love it. I love learning about medications.
You like chemistry?
I love it. I was so good at organic chemistry in college, and that's what prompted me.
Favorite.
Yeah, I was like so good at it. So I love learning about the mechanism of drugs, like how they're working in your body to produce that desired effect, right?
Yeah.
And I used to tell my customers this at the pharmacy too. They'd be like, should I really be taking this? Like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, listen, anything you put in your body, it's a risk versus benefit analysis. Mm-hmm. So you have to analyze, is there a higher benefit versus risk, or is the risk way higher than the benefit? Mm-hmm. For me at the time, using Lexapro, the risk was just way higher than the benefit because I didn't feel like I was at that point yet. And there are a lot of people who are, very depressed. Maybe they have extreme anxiety, like they can't get out of bed. In that case, of course, medication would really help stabilize them and improve their quality of life. But for me, I was like, there has to be something better. I mean, how are you just spending not even 5 minutes in the office with me and you're recommending that I take Lexapro, And you see this a lot, actually. You see even in kids as young as like 9 years old are being put on extremely high doses of ADHD medications. You see it in women who are complaining about their periods. Liver detoxification is not discussed in the doctor's office. They're being told to take birth control. You are seeing it in people who experience anxiety and panic attacks. No one's talking about their blood sugar. About their protein intake. Do you have stable blood sugar? Are you magnesium deficient? Have you done functional labs? There is no discussion about that. And so, it's just this whole cycle. It's like you stay misinformed and uneducated about these very essential topics because not everyone is working as a pharmacist or a health educator or a biohacking podcaster. Like not everyone knows the information that you and I know, right?
Yeah.
And so they just trust their doctor. And unfortunately, the pharmaceutical companies, they make money off of you not being educated about your health, about what is truly going to target the root cause of these issues. That's how they make their money because, they're making money by you refilling your medication every single month.
I know.
They're not making money from a cure-all medication.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a very large systematic issue at play. And I mean, I could get into it and we could talk about it for hours, but it's so scary when you really think about it because even our foods we have to be careful about. Like you posted about strawberries and pesticides, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just one of those things where it's like you need to educate yourself and you need to be in touch with your own body to know what is worth taking and what maybe you can hold off and explore other options first on.
Yeah, I think it's so much work, right?
Yeah.
In today, 2026, we have all these toxins and all these things disrupting our hormones, disrupting our gut, and it is work. I mean, I've been studying this since basically 2020 and before, and listening to every podcast, reading every health longevity book out there. And I think everyone knows this information, and then I forget, okay, I've been in this space for years and years, and I keep learning and realize most people, even the very successful entrepreneurs don't know this information. And we're just in this space, so that's why we do know this. But a lot of people need their health because it's true happiness. That's the sad part for me, is the medication is covering up happiness. Inflammation is covering up people's happiness. It's stealing people's happiness. These processed foods are stealing people's happiness. Because for me, even the healthier I've become and worked on my health and got rid of mold and parasites and detoxing and figuring out deficiencies, I've never been happier. And it's the best thing ever. Yeah. And I'm like, I feel like most people are walking around either zombied out or depressed or anxiety and not truly living. So what did you do for your anxiety? For everyone out there, like, what was the first steps to help with your anxiety during that time?
So after I did my own research, I started experimenting with supplements, and I started taking magnesium at night. I was using saffron every day, 30 milligrams. And actually saffron in clinical trials, they've observed it working just as well as a low dose antidepressant called fluoxetine. So I started taking that. And then I also was really like, I kind of took a step back and I was looking at what I was eating and my eating patterns as well. I think that I was under eating, and I think that was kind of messing with my blood sugar, and it was making me more nervous than I honestly should be. So I was making sure I was like getting 20 grams of protein, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I started incorporating a fiber supplement. That's kind of also when my workout and like fitness journey also started. I just felt so much better going for a run, going to the gym. I was able to like study more. I was able to focus better. My relationships improved. Like I really changed my health. And I've always been a health conscious person. But I think that when you are in like a advanced, like very rapid pharmacy program, that my pharmacy program was over the course of 3 years instead of 4. And I was just like constantly studying. I was in the library. I was like drinking a lot of caffeine. I think my lifestyle was really fueling the anxiety versus me having like a true serotonin depleted brain. You know what I mean? But that really helped, especially the saffron. It was amazing. I mean, I still use saffron. I could talk about it for hours.
Do you do supplements, or do you actually take saffron? Do you make tea from it?
I was doing supplements because I wanted to get the dose of 30 milligrams a day. And that's what was studied in clinical trials to be just as effective as the low dose antidepressant. And so I used that. After about a month, I was like, wait, this is really helping me. And not only that, it helps with like your mood, with libido. It's really great for dopamine and serotonin support. It's great for like your skin health. It's just great for so many different things. And then I also would make saffron lattes just because my mom growing up, she used to always make them for me because we're Persian. Like saffron's really big in our culture. And yeah, so I just was like, give me all the saffron. It was great.
I love that. I don't know why I've never done saffron. I think it's in one supplement stack I'm taking probably.
I think you would really love it.
I'm a big fan of L-tyrosine because I love dopamine precursors. I actually have a gene variant where I process dopamine quicker than others.
Oh my
so
God.
like some people, I feel like if you are maybe more anxious, you might not be processing dopamine as fast. I process dopamine quickly. So it's really cool to also go into gene variants and figure out what your body needs, because I do also think personalization is so key. I feel like so many influencers and content creators in the health space can really just say, do this and this works for me. And that doesn't work for everyone. And so I really don't like that. I like to test and figure out what my body needs and what nutrition I need at the time, and, you know, figure out my deficiencies at the time, because we're always changing. Like your gut's always changing and everything.
Yeah.
So tell us, you're pretty big on like hormones, which I wanted to get into. I'm not probably the best, most knowledgeable in hormones, and it's such like a huge topic that can really, you know, change your health, especially for women. And we have our cycles and all these things going on. And so I know you've discussed this, you know, eating habits and also like just not stressing out our bodies.
Oh yeah.
So I want to hear, you know, you're just radiating beauty, and
I love you.
You know, what do you do for your hormones?
I just want to start out by saying stress is the worst thing for your hormones. And just a really quick background story on why I even became obsessed with studying my hormones and having good hormones on my labs and everything. Like I used to be very intense with my workouts, with discipline, I was very rigid with my wellness, right? And my lifestyle was adding a lot of stress on my body. At the time, I also was going through a breakup, and that was putting a lot of stress on me as well. I mean, like I wasn't eating, et cetera, et cetera. And I noticed that over the course of 1 year, I didn't get my period. And I was just like, I wonder why that happened, because I've never had any type of hormone issue. I mean, I discontinued birth control after being on it for 10 years.
Oh my
but
gosh,
I got on it because of acne with my dermatologist.
Yeah,
but,
same.
after about 3 or 4 months, it should come back, right? Mm-hmm. And so I went and I saw 2 different endocrinologists, and they told me that I might have a benign tumor in my pituitary gland in my brain, and it was secreting extra prolactin. Prolactin is a hormone that typically is released more when we're breastfeeding as women, so it shouldn't be elevated in someone who doesn't have kids. But there's different causes of it. Like, you can have a benign tumor, you can have a lot of stress on your body. There's so many causes. Okay. So I had to get 2 different MRIs, and they came back normal. But my endocrinologist was like, there's no way. Like, you must have a micro tumor in your brain that's benign, and it's just secreting this.
How scary.
It was a very bad, it was a really scary experience. And so I was just like, if I did an MRI and it came back completely normal, there has to be something else. Like, hello. So I changed again. I changed my lifestyle again. And by the way, I'm the one who told my primary care to test my prolactin. And so I stopped running. I used to run 3 miles a day. I stopped doing that. I was making sure I wasn't under eating. I really dialed in on sleep. I just really got back to the basics, and I tried incorporating more like low impact exercises, so on and so forth. And after about a year of doing that, my prolactin slowly started to go down. Wow. And I got my period again. I have healthy cycles now, and it just goes to show that stress, even if it's subconscious stress, it can really affect your body. Even if it's like stress from a partner, if it's stress from work, subconsciously, you're holding that all in your body. And if you don't give your body a chance to recover and you're not honoring your body, it's going to really mess up your hormones, right? Mm-hmm. And so, as I started to become more obsessed with healing my own hormones, of course, I started putting out more content about it. And that's kind of where my love and appreciation for women's bodies and hormones started. Because before, I was making more content about your brain, dopamine, serotonin, anxiety. Now I do it just overall your health, because everything's connected. Yeah. And so I don't know what your initial question was, but I just want to give a quick background on that, because it's like, you don't realize what can be affecting your hormones. And for me, it was just this rigidity I had with wellness and the stress that my body was going through.
It's insane what stress will do. Like, I was dealing with stress, and it just comes out of nowhere, and you don't think about it, with relationships, with work. Yeah. And then I moved across the country last year and was doing all these new things, and I didn't realize how stressed out my body was. I know you don't have the aura, but like this really, it was like, I looked and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was stressed for hours and hours each day, and my hormones were wrecked and my cycles were off. And this year, like we've discussed, I'm saying no to a lot of things for my health. Yeah. Like, I'm saying, if this isn't good for my health and my, if it's giving me stress, I have to say no, because that's taking away my health. And I think women need to think about this a lot more than men. Like, men can handle that stress a lot more. And women, it's like, your periods will go away, your hormones, which affects your skin, your hair, your everything. And it's so important. So like, I've been really focusing on that this year. And I think women too, like, I see this in the fitness space, which, a lot of like fitness influencers and athletes will like overdo their body and overdo the workouts, and, marathon runners. And I even feel like I'm not a fan of running, because I feel like it just wears my body out and I feel exhausted. And then I don't feel it does anything good for my body either. Like, I don't feel like I'm gaining muscle, or like, I know there's like the VO2 max and you're supposed to like kind of keep this balanced workout, but I do think for women, it's like a little more stressful on the body, which I'm really trying to focus on. So what are your eating habits, like what do you do for your hormones, like
Yeah.
on a like nutrition and supplementation?
So throughout the month, your hormones are changing. Like you said, men are on a 24-hour cycle. So men wake up every day and they feel like the same every single day and amazing.
I know.
But women, you know, based on where we're at in, you know, our menstrual cycle, our hormones are changing. And because of that, also our eating habits don't have to change, but if you feel like your body needs something more or needs a little bit less throughout the month, it's okay to honor that because it's your hormones at play, right? So during my menstrual phase, my luteal and menstrual phase, I definitely find myself eating a little bit more. So I'll have like more protein. I make sure I'm like really consistent with my fiber intake. Like I will do you know, a psyllium husk powder. I'll eat more vegetables, things like that. I always make sure I'm hitting 20 grams of protein with every meal. I'm not one of those people who I'm like counting everything that I consume because it's exhausting. I'm just like, okay, like let me hit 20 grams with each meal. I do a lot of warming foods, very like warm soups, and like I don't do iced coffee, iced really anything during my luteal and menstrual because that's when you should be actually supporting your body with warmth. Warm herbal teas as well during that phase is like really great. And then during my follicular and ovulatory, so after I get off of my period, that is actually when your body can handle a little bit less. So if you would like to intermittent fast at this time, it's a really great time to do that because your body can handle it. Your hormones can handle it and it won't spike your cortisol as much. And so during those phases, I find that I don't really get as hungry throughout the day compared to luteal and menstrual.
So you really listen to your body.
I really listen to my body. I mean, no matter what, I'm always making sure I hit my protein and fiber. But I don't really snack, you know, ever during my follicular and ovulatory. I still do my warm herbal teas. And I do a lot of like, you know, cottage cheese, ground beef, things like that. But I guess my main message here is like, depending on where you are in your cycle, if you feel like you're not hungry, listen to that. And if you feel like you're a little bit too hungry and you want to snack on something, listen to that because that's like your body needing more fuel for, you know, going into the menstrual phase, or maybe because you're bleeding and you don't have enough iron in your body, right? So based on where you're at, your needs will change.
What are your typical workouts?
So I always do 30 minutes of some type of cardio and 30 minutes of strength training. So a total of 1 hour a day. I'm active in the gym, excluding all my walking
like this morning
in New York. Yeah.
The only one.
The only one in my hot mat Pilates class this morning. So I usually will do like 30 minutes of Stairmaster or walking on incline on the treadmill. I do run still, but I only run about once or twice a week.
Yeah.
I don't really run when I'm in my menstrual phase.
Yeah.
I can't. I feel like I'm dying. Like I can't do it. And then the other 30 minutes of strength, I love using the Peloton app. Have you used it?
No.
Oh my gosh. I've been using it for 6 years. Can you believe it?
What?
Yes.
I
am their
know
number
you're
one
in the
fan.
gym this much.
I love it. I go to the gym every day.
Had no
Sometimes
idea.
I go twice a day because it's very close to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll start my day with like a 20-minute incline walk because the thing is, Miami, I used to walk outside when I lived here in the mornings.
Yeah.
But New York, I don't really want to walk outside. It's like very overwhelming. So I like to just go to the gym where I know what my environment's going to be. I don't like have someone crazy jumping out at me. But seriously. But yeah, I go to the gym quite often. And then the 30 minutes of strength, I use the Peloton app. And you can totally customize it. Like one day I'll just do arms. One day I'll do like core and legs.
Not just cycling?
For what?
For your workouts? It's actually like all workouts, or just is it cycling for the Peloton?
It's all workouts.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So Peloton, they started out with just cycling.
Yeah.
And then they've expanded, but they've always had their app, and their app is like you can do like free weights, you can do like yoga, Pilates. They have great workouts.
It's so good to like mix your workouts up, because I don't think people, like if you do the same workouts, you might not like be doing jumping up and down for, you know, your bone density or building muscle or getting that like high intensity, getting your like oxygen levels and working on your VO2 and everything. So I think it's really good that you're like incorporating all these different workouts. Like
I do it, you know, I like to mix it up. And then the good thing about that app is like it changes every single day. So I always have new workouts that I can do. And now that it's getting warmer in New York, my girlfriend Caitlin and I, we always do like Friday fun day.
Oh,
so I try to finish all my work early on Fridays. Like I wake up early and I finish it, and then we go and do a workout class and go to a cute cafe after. And it's just a fun way to explore new workout studios and, you know, stay active. Like the thing I really, not that I hate, I don't hate anything, but like the thing I dislike the most is feeling like I need to go and sit down and eat with someone to hang out with them.
Yeah.
I really love just like going on a walk with my friends. I love to like book a workout class on ClassPass and explore a different studio, do a sound bath. I'm not a big fan of like sitting down and eating with friends.
And everyone wants to do that. And I feel guilty. I'm just like, it's such a, I don't know, a thing of social interaction is this like just eat. And especially in Miami, you eat late at night. And I'm always like, no, I don't eat late at night for my sleep.
No, totally. And also I've noticed since I moved to New York, obviously I've been eating at restaurants more on the weekends as well. Like, you know, I have date nights, whatever. And there's so many cute places to go to. But at the same time, it's like a lot of these places, even the high-end places, they're cooking with seed oils. And I actually was talking to my cousin who's a gastroenterologist, and I was just like, Tina, I feel like I'm kind of bloated like more often. Like maybe I should take a GI map test or, you know, a SIBO test. I just don't feel that great. And she was like, honestly, it's because you're going to restaurants every weekend and it's the oils they're using. So now I've cut back on that as well.
Yeah.
Just because I used to never eat at restaurants. I mean, like here and there, but I love cooking at home and my body's not used to it. Yeah. So, I love to do a little active date with friends. Like I'm not a big, it's like how much more can I take? New York, all you do is eat. It's like I just can't do it anymore. And drink alcohol.
Yeah, it's really bad habits.
It's crazy.
New York.
Oh yeah,
like,
it's insane.
A lot of successful friends, but I don't know how they do it. Like it's like the
you
party.
have to have good boundaries for sure.
Yeah. I will say one of the best things that I've done for my health, and I found this out during COVID 2020, is that like we were just cooking at home, my ex and I, couldn't go out. And you feel amazing because I was only buying organic food and I wasn't doing it. And that's when I felt really good. And I'm back on that, kind of like denying a lot of going out to eat at restaurants. And it makes such a difference. And I think the seed oils is massive, but I also think the pesticides and the chemicals, because the quality is just never going to be as good as what you're buying. And you know, my salt, my spices, my everything is organic. Yeah. And it's just not gonna be like that unless you go to like Erewhon in LA or a few places. There's Nude opening soon here in Miami, which I'm excited for, and maybe a few other restaurants. But you know, what are your favorite restaurants, places? Have you been to, what is it, Happy Grocery?
Happier Grocery
in New York.
It's like a mini Erewhon. It is. It's really cute. Like the downstairs is all supplements. It's so funny. Sometimes my friends will get their labs done and then they'll be like, okay, like, can we go to Happier Grocery so you can show me what supplements to get? I'm like, sure, we'll go to Happier Grocery.
Do you love it?
I like it. I mean, I don't shop there often, honestly. I usually just do my shopping at like Whole Foods. Yeah. But I scan all my groceries. Like I make sure what I'm getting is like very clean. But I love the wellness aspect of it. And I love seeing all of the different fun things that they have there.
Yeah. Did you go to Erewhon a lot in LA?
Honestly, no, because I lived in Orange County before this. And so Orange County doesn't have Erewhon or any of these like things. But I think they're actually they might be opening an Erewhon in Orange County.
I think
I heard
saw
that
something.
somewhere.
And then there's Laurel. Did you see the new grocery store? It's like nicer than Erewhon.
What's it called?
Laurel Supply.
I know. It's my first time hearing about it.
Oh
No.
my gosh. It looks amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
Field trip.
Yeah. To LA.
Yeah.
Well, New Miami is going to open soon. So I'm like.
Miami's such a wellness like hub, honestly.
Yeah.
It's amazing for your health, for wellness.
I
People
know.
are so happy. They're all in
So healthy
active
here.
wear. They're
Like,
working out.
The guys are all like buff and like shirtless running, and I'm like, what is going on? And then I had like a layover in Orlando, which is Florida for
so
anyone who doesn't
different.
know.
So
Everyone was
different.
overweight, like obese.
It's just Miami.
And it's just like Miami. It's like a little bubble. And then you get out of it and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to tell people not to drink soda. Like, I'm just like, this is insane, and not eat
so
McDonald's. Like, that's what's happening. And I'm like, you know, there's this whole longevity space, but then there's so many people that just don't have the basics down as well. So it's like, where do you go to really help people? And I think you're so good at that by like really, you know, speaking to everyone about what they can do to improve their health, you know. So what biomarkers and testing have you done? What do you recommend?
So honestly, I'm a huge fan of the Function Health test.
It's so good.
Just because it really, your initial one really does cover everything, right? Like I think for women, looking at your thyroid panel, your ferritin, your iron, also looking at micronutrients, because that's something that your doctor will never test for you. Your magnesium, you know, your zinc levels, like just the small little things that make the biggest difference, especially because so many people are deficient in their micronutrients. And then also their sex hormones. I think Function Health does a really great job at that, because I really had to advocate for myself to get my prolactin tested on my labs, whereas Function Health, they just already included it, which I thought was really nice.
Is that in their basic panel?
Yeah,
prolactin.
Okay. Yeah, and they also tested for fertility. You have one fertility biomarker in the Function Health. I think it's the AMH. It I mean, that is a small part of a big picture, but it's really great that they include that as well. So for women, for sure, I think, you know, of course, a complete like panel is great, but specifically, I'm so interested in every woman. I'm so interested in vitamin D levels, your thyroid, your ferritin, and your sex hormones. I think those are like what I love to look at, because if you have any type of deficiency in these categories, it can really explain so much of the symptoms that you might be experiencing.
I know deficiencies can really change your health. Like if you have one deficiency, it's just your body is not functioning together right how it should, and it can really lower your immunity, cause so many health issues down the line. So a lot of people don't, but that could be a quick fix, like by just a quick supplementation of iron. I'm also a big fan of testing iodine and selenium, which I am a little like, I don't know why Function doesn't test those two, which I really think impact your thyroid a lot. So it is an add-on, but it's like $360 something for a few more nutrient testing. So I just did one with One Medical. I just had those two tested with insurance, but I don't know why this isn't a thing that I think most people, and I've heard a lot of women are deficient. They've been like, oh, I was deficient in selenium, or oh, I was deficient in iodine. And that can be a huge impact on your health.
Huge.
So I don't know why those two tests are not being like a typical biomarker.
Well, what's crazy is I did my, not Function Health, I ordered my own functional health labs. I love doing that. I can't do it actually in New York. I was talking to you about this before the podcast.
Weird.
But functional health labs you cannot do in New York, New Jersey, and I think Rhode Island, which is absurd, because I feel like those are the places that need it the most. But, you know, I had my physical with my doctor in California, and I gave her my labs that I ordered for myself, and I just told her, like, hey, like, I don't think I need to get my labs redone by you, because I did very in-depth testing for myself. And she looks at it, she goes, yeah, I mean, this is significantly more than I would ever order for you. But isn't that so sad? It's like, at your physical, you're just really getting tested for very extremely basic labs.
I know.
That really won't tell you a whole lot about whether you're healthy or not. And so you really need to be your own advocate. And oftentimes I used to have clients, I used to have friends who would say, well, functional health testing is very expensive. It's like $300, $400. But I tell them, I'm like, you're spending $300, $400 on Coachella, on dinner, on alcohol, on outfits that you're only going to wear 2 times. Whereas if you actually invest money, put aside money every year for your health, because that's going to prevent you from having to go and see specialists, be on the phone with insurance, pay for prescription medications, co-pays. I mean, you don't look and experience the negative impacts of your decisions today in the moment. You actually experience them 10 years from now, 12 years from now. You know, God forbid you get cancer or a disease. And it's like, it's not because of what you did yesterday. It's because of the choices you were making years ago. It compounds, right? It's like little tiny things compound.
Yeah.
So it's just so important. And unfortunately in the US, I wish everything was included and I wish everyone had access to all of this, but you do have to set aside some money every year.
Yeah, but it's just the best investment. And
it's the best investment.
Probably work better and make more money if you have your health.
1,000%.
Like if you don't have your health, you can't work.
You literally can't. I was sick for 3 or 4 days when I was in New York, I think like 2 months ago, and I couldn't even sit at my dining room table and go on my laptop. I couldn't even fathom responding to an email because I just felt so sick.
Yeah.
And it just puts things into perspective, even when you have a sore throat, or even if one of your toes is like,
can't walk,
you can't walk,
injury.
right? It's the smallest things. And you're just like, wow, I really take my body and my health for granted. It's like all of the little things that really support you. You know?
I know. I always feel it's so fascinating when you get down to like the cellular level and how our body functions, and
oh my gosh,
how
hard it works every day,
and like all of our organs. And I'm just like, it's so resilient. And I'm like shocked at people like walking with all the toxins they put in their body 24/7, the fragrances, like all this stuff we're surrounded by. And I'm like, wow, our bodies are truly resilient.
It really handles it. I see a lot of like non-tox content on Instagram too. I'm not completely non-tox, right? Like I use makeup, I use hairspray, you know, there are certain things that I use, but it's just amazing how our bodies, like our liver can detoxify our bodies so well. I think what matters the most is like your toxic load. So you want to minimize it as much as possible so that your body doesn't have to work as hard. But it's so amazing when you really study the function of the different organs in your body. You're like, wow, you're doing that every day, all the time, automatically.
I know. I'm like, I can't, like, my liver's in really good health, but I mean, years and years ago, for how much I was drinking, I'm like, wow, I'm so grateful. My liver is like completely recovered.
Do you drink? Do you
no,
like, consume
I don't drink
alcohol?
really at all. I had a few drinks last year in Greece, and I never say never.
Yeah.
So if the timing, but I just feel so good and so happy. And so I'm like, I don't know if I ever want to drink. And I feel like there's a whole like thing going on with DJs. And I don't know if you saw like Hugel, and like a lot of DJs now are like sober. And he even just like announced that he's not doing any night like events anymore, only during the day. And I think this is really healthy for DJs because you are supposed to be up during the day and like sleep at night. So your circadian rhythm. So I think it really hinders their health by like having this like off schedule all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm really glad they're like Gen Z and all these like there's more wellness events and day events, and I think a lot of people are not drinking so much. I'm not gonna ever say I will never drink, but maybe when I go back to Greece this year, who knows? But
you're so funny. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I used to never drink, like ever.
Yeah.
It just wasn't in my routine, my lifestyle, I guess. But then I moved to New York, and my boyfriend just wants to go to like really beautiful, fun lounges. And I told him, I was like, listen, because it got to a point where I was enjoying like a cocktail, but like almost, it was 2 weekends in a row. And then the third weekend I was like, I do not feel well. Like my body is not used to this. So I told him, like, I'm just doing mocktails. I will have a drink. I'll enjoy one drink. I'm not going to get drunk, but I'll enjoy one drink once a month. So like that's my thing now.
Oh, that's cute. I know sometimes it's like that social aspect and like being in a cute restaurant, like having a cute drink.
Yeah. But they make the mocktails so beautiful
really
now
cute.
too.
Do you find them like sugary or anything?
No, I always say like don't. Like do not mess with it. But they also a lot of places in New York, they're offering, I honestly forget the names, but there's different brands that have come out and they will include like kava. They'll include like certain things like that do make you, it's like very herbal based, ashwagandha. Like it will make you feel nice and relaxed, but you're not consuming alcohol. And I just make sure that they don't include any like sugary additives. So it works for me.
Okay. Yeah. I should just go out and do mocktails.
Do a little mocktail.
I'll do like sparkling water and like lime or something.
A fun little drink.
Yeah, you can still go out.
Yeah.
So tell us, since you've done so many beauty lasers
I love
serums and you're just like your skin's glowing. So I want to know everything you're doing. Like you've tried a lot out there.
I've tried a lot.
What are your favorites?
I think it helps that my cousin is a dermatologist.
Okay.
Because she tells me, she's like, Ariana, that's a scam. Like you don't need that. And then she'll tell me what to do instead, right? So so Hydrofacial, I like. The results don't last a long time. This is good if you're going on a vacation and you want to get something to just make your skin look really glowy and beautiful, right?
It gets out all the
it really cleans out all the dirt and it cleans out your pores, which I think is so helpful, especially in Miami or wherever you're wearing sunscreen. It builds up over time. Yeah. So I like Hydrofacial. I am a fan of Botox. I love Botox.
Makes me feel so much better. Yeah, I think the wrinkles come back. I'm like, oof.
Yeah. I mean, I get like baby Botox once a year, and I really like it. Of course, there are people who can go overboard with Botox, but you just need to have a good and honest injector, someone who is trained, like a dermatologist, a nurse, and someone who isn't like looking to get your money, because a lot of places, they just want your money and they won't say no to you. So I think sometimes with social media, we have this perception that we need all of these things in our face, but you really don't. And so I do like Botox once a year. I have tried lasers. I tried the Pico laser. Okay. Pico laser is really good for pigmentation, dark spots, things like that. For me personally, I didn't see a huge difference.
Okay.
For my friends who are from Asian backgrounds and their skin, they love it. So I don't know if it just has to do with my skin or whatever. For me personally, I wasn't blown away by the results.
Have you tried IPL or BBL? Look at the laser.
The Moxie laser?
Yeah, so it's Moxie and BBL, which I'm going to do Tuesday.
Moxie I have for redness, right?
Okay.
So I did that for redness 2 times, loved it.
Okay.
I think it really helped because for me, I used to get hormonal acne. And my acne would actually, it would scar almost. Like the red spot would stay for a very long time. And even though the acne was gone, the spot itself would stay. So I got the Moxie laser to remove that. And the best laser ever that I love is Fraxel laser.
Okay.
I've never been happier with a laser.
Is it just called Fraxel? Because I get so confused with all the lasers. Like I feel like Moxie is maybe a kind of Fraxel, or is it just called Fraxel?
It's just called Fraxel. Okay. I think that there is there's a non-ablative Fraxel and an ablative Fraxel. I could be wrong about this. This isn't like my expertise.
Specialty, yeah.
But I got the non-ablative one. It's like basically it burns the first layer of your skin, and over 6 days you'll notice you have kind of like these dark spots all over your face that eventually come off, and it reveals newer, healthier looking skin. It's really great for fine lines, for pigmentation, for acne scars. And this is only something that you need to do once a year. This isn't something where you have to keep doing it like, Moxie. I think you have to do 3 or 4 sessions really to see the best results, which is, completely normal. I think Fraxel, my dermatologist, my cousin was telling me most patients really come in just once a year to get it.
Also, like is Moxie kind of the same result as Fraxel? You just have to do more?
No, not really. Fraxel is really great for, like I said, like fine lines, wrinkles, pigmentation, and it completely gives you a new layer of skin, and you just look radiant and gorgeous, okay? For Moxie laser, it's really good. You don't do it all over your face. You do it where you have redness or where you have a pigmentation from acne.
Okay.
That's my understanding, and that's what I got it for, the Moxie laser. So when my cousin was doing the Moxie laser on me, she was just going zap, 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 and then we were done. Whereas with the Fraxel, it was a full face thing.
Oh, okay.
And then lastly, soft wave. I was scared.
You tried the soft wave?
I was scared to try soft wave.
You did it?
Because I read horror stories on Reddit of people's skin looking saggy.
Yeah.
But then I was like, my cousin is a double board certified dermatologist. She's so good at what she does, like top doctor in Pasadena. So I went to her and she told me, she was like, it's so good for tightening, for refreshing your skin. She was like, I do it, you should do it too. So I did it, and I'm about 2 months out, and I have seen a difference. I really tightening? Have. Yep, she did it on my lower face, and I've seen a difference. I think what matters the most here is your practitioner and who you go to. You want to make sure that this person really knows the device that they're using and that they're not doing anything they shouldn't be, because I think where the bad experiences come in is when you have a practitioner who doesn't do it correctly.
Yeah.
Because it shows up on your face. And I have a very slender face.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of fat on my face, honestly. And so for me, I get really scared when I do a procedure like that because I don't know how it's going to affect my face. I want to look plump. I don't want to look hollow and saggy, right?
I've seen some girls,
it's been great,
especially in Miami, where I'm just like, they're so sucked up. They have the lips. And it's just like, it's just too much. Like, you don't look like a normal human.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's just, you
it takes
almost
away,
look like a character.
It's almost too much takes away from your natural beauty.
Yeah.
And I think with social media, we see gorgeous people on our screens all the time.
But then you see them in person.
But then in person, on the screens, it looks really great. In person, it doesn't look the best, right?
Yeah.
And I think everyone has their own natural beauty. And I think that there are things we can do for more radiant skin to look younger, glow, really glow, prevent wrinkles with Botox. Like, of course there are things we can do. But I think there's a limit.
Yeah.
And I think that limit comes in with fillers.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily see it with anything else, but with fillers, if it's placed, in the wrong area, or if too much is there, or if your injector does not say no to you, I think that's when you see people who look a little bit unnatural, and maybe that's just the look they like, right? But I think it takes away from like your glow and your vibe and what makes you you.
Yeah, it's just somewhere I'm like, it looks too much like a character, like you're a cartoon.
Yeah.
I see that a lot here, maybe probably
Miami,
not so much
I
New
see
York.
it a lot.
Yeah.
New York,
it's just really
my cousin was telling me, like, the one who's a dermatologist, she was like, New York, it's a very, sophisticated, like, they don't do the huge lips, like, because I love, like, a plump look and everything, but they, they're more conservative, I would say. And I think now, though, in the industry all around, what I'm seeing is a focus on skin health and skin tightening.
Yeah.
If your skin looks beautiful and healthy, that is the outfit. That's what people are looking at, that glow. And there are things that we can do externally, but externally too, honestly, your results aren't going to last or really make a huge difference if you're not nourishing the internal, right? Like supporting your liver pathways. I tell women, eat a lot of microgreens, eat a lot of carrots. Make sure you are drinking turmeric tea and ginger for inflammatory compounds in the body. eating enough protein. Using collagen at night is like my favorite ever because your body repairs the most between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. So if you drink collagen peptides at night, it's not only going to help with your sleep because it has glycine, but it's going to help repair the gut lining so you have less inflammation leaking out. And it also has the beauty benefits. So there's a lot we can do internally. And then we also stack on the external, and it just gives you really great results.
I know. You have to do both. You cannot be eating like Doritos and Cheetos and just, trying to do the lasers. And that's also, you'll have better results if you have health within. Those lasers and all those things you're doing on the exterior will be, much better outcome if you reduce your inflammation, have the right nutrients as well. Yeah. And I'll say, so I don't know if you follow Carnivorialis. He has like a collagen powder, but he swears by collagen at night.
And he says I love
gets the best sleep. I've never had such good sleep with taking collagen at night.
Collagen at night is probably, besides saffron, I think collagen at night is my favorite thing. And eating not gross foods, but foods that people find a little bit hard to eat, like onions, sardines.
Saw your post. Okay.
Oh yeah, I love
Eating
it.
a raw onion. Do your eyes water? And why do you eat a raw onion?
My eyes water when I cut onions for a long time, but if I'm just eating it.
Why are you doing this?
Okay, so onions are just full of these sulfur compounds that are really great for your skin health, but also for your cortisol. So cortisol is released, from your brain, but you also have cortisone in your body. It's being held in your tissues. And when cortisone is converted into cortisol in your tissues, that's when you actually experience the abdominal fat buildup from stress, inflammation in your tissues, your body. So red onions, they're so cool. They actually stop and slow down the conversion of cortisone in your tissues to cortisol.
Interesting.
So it helps a lot with cortisol. I used to have chronically high elevated cortisol on my labs. I know cortisol is a buzzword right now in the wellness industry, but I had it constantly high. It was affecting my sleep. It wouldn't go down at night. And so again, I looked into foods and supplements that could help me with it. Yeah. And red onions are so good for this. Or even raw garlic. I love to just eat garlic, which is it's this weird thing I have.
Every day your boyfriend's you're just eating onions,
he likes
garlic,
it too. He
sardines.
likes the garlic. He likes the garlic. So it's okay. But the garlic is great. Whenever I feel like I'm getting sick or I'm just kind of run down, I eat garlic, and it's amazing. It has a compound called allicin, which really helps stop any type of viral or bacterial infection in your body. It's such a good medicine.
You're like black seed oil too, right?
Oh my God, it's the beauty supplement.
Okay.
Yes,
I bought the one that you posted, and now I've been taking it. Do you take it daily?
I take it daily. Right now I don't have it with me because I'm traveling, but I actually have a bottle, I think, in California. So I'm going to California tomorrow, but I do really like it because it's such a great anti-inflammatory, and it's an oil. It's going to help moisturize, even though you're not putting it on your skin, it's going to help give your skin that moisture it needs to lock in that moisture, kind of like an omega-3. And it's also very anti-inflammatory. Anyone who has issues like eczema, psoriasis, redness in the skin, acne, especially acne that responds well to benzoyl peroxide or a topical antibiotic, people who have these conditions, they're going to see a huge benefit from black seed oil because it's so antimicrobial for the skin. Even though you're consuming it, it has great antimicrobial properties.
Is it high in omega-3s or omega-6s?
I think it has a good balance of omega-3 and 6.
Okay.
But it doesn't have so much omega-6 to the point where it's inflammatory or damaging.
Where you have an imbalance.
Yeah. But if you want a good omega-3 source, of course, a fish oil or krill oil or eating sardines is better.
Yeah. So my friend takes it and swears by, but I think it's more the mental, but if it's anti-inflammatory,
it's very
then that also helps your brain. And I don't think when everyone thinks of inflammation in the gut, inflammation in your joints, no one's thinking about inflammation in the brain.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm all these things and toxins and all the stuff you can do to prevent inflammation and then also nourish to reduce the inflammation or anything is so important for the brain.
Yeah. I actually had a client once who had really bad brain fog and she had really bad anxiety as well. And she came to me first and she said, I want to help improve this. If it doesn't get better in like 2 months, I'll go to the doctor and probably start on something. So I started her on black seed oil, magnesium L-threonate, and then I also really fixed up her eating habits. And I told her to not buy certain foods that she was eating, frozen foods, especially. She was very carb heavy and and that would mess up her blood sugar.
Yeah.
But she had so much inflammation, like her HS-CRP levels were through the roof on her labs, which is a biomarker for inflammation. And after about 2 months of making those changes, adding in magnesium L-threonate, black seed oil, she was doing a lot of like turmeric, cooking with turmeric, ginger. Her HS-CRP went down so much.
Oh my gosh,
it's just these changes in your sleep, diet, and supplements. How much it can do for a person.
It will really change your life. That's the thing. It's like you improve your health, you improve your energy, you improve your relationships, you improve your work. It just affects everything. And you're a better energy to this world, and that's the best part. It's like somewhat selfish, but at the same time, it's very giving because you become a better person, better energy and everything.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about peptides.
Yes,
because it's such a big topic, and I think you've experimented with some.
I have.
And then, there's also some topical peptides, but what are you finding that's working for you? What do you think of the peptide space right now?
I think the peptide space right now is what supplements were to us in 2020. I mean, I guess to the rest of the world, to me, I mean, I was using supplements when I was like 10, but it's a new territory and it's not regulated, right? But that's not reason to not use them. Supplements are not regulated, but there's some really fantastic supplements out there. So you just have to do your research. You have to see if these peptides are being shipped in from another country, which I'm kind of against. I don't think it's safe just because you don't know how it's being prepared. If it was made in a sterile environment, I would highly advise against that. It's very dangerous. I think the best route to go with peptides is to make sure you're under a clinician's care, especially if you're new to this space. You want to make sure that a doctor is prescribing it to you. Typically what happens is a doctor prescribes it. It's made in a compounding pharmacy in the United States that is they have the correct sterile environment, they have a pharmacist making it, and it gets shipped to your house. And then you start using it, and your doctor can actually oversee you and your progress. If you have any weird reactions to it, then you can discontinue. That's the safest way to go about it. Because listen, if someone wants to try a peptide, they're going to find a way to get that peptide. So the safest thing that you can do it right now is to instruct them how to get it the right way and how to use it the right way. So I think peptides are a new field right now. I think that they're getting very popular. And in the future, it's going to be so common to just even go into a med spa and they're gonna have peptides in the refrigerator. If you go to the doctor's office, maybe you see a plastic surgeon or a dermatologist, they're gonna have GHKQ in the refrigerator and they're gonna help prescribe it. I think it's going to get very big, just like the supplement space. The supplement space has gotten huge ever since COVID, right? I personally have tried one peptide. I tried GHKQ. I'm still on it. I love it. It's very interesting because I told you in this episode, earlier, I used to get hormonal acne and it wasn't all the time, but anytime I got hormonal acne, it was one cystic red inflammatory zit. And that spot would stay for a very long time, even though the acne itself would go away. Ever since I started GHKQ, knock on wood, I haven't had any type of hormonal inflammatory zits. And it's not that I would get them every month, but I'm telling you, when I would get them, I had to get a laser to remove the mark it would leave on my face, because it was very inflammatory and it would turn a little bit red, So the GHKQ has helped my skin quality. I feel like it has helped with also skin tightness, I would say. And hair growth. So I was going
to ask about hair.
I use minoxidil for hair to regrow hair, I use minoxidil because it was really the birth control that I was on for 10 years. It really affected my hair when I got off of it. So minoxidil helps with hair thickness, but the JHKQ peptide helps with hair growth, which like literally I have to go back to my hairstylist to get my hair cut. It helps with the length.
A lot of people who inject GHKCU get like a little inflammation at the point where they're injecting. Do you get that at all?
All the time.
Okay.
Before it was way worse and it like really stung when I would inject it. So now what I do is I let it kind of get more to like room temperature. I draw it up and I leave it on the counter for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I inject it. My stomach area is a lot more sensitive. So I try to do it where I have more fat. For me, that tends to be the hips / like
I do that over here
right,
too.
this area. And that has helped so much. It does leave some inflammation. It does leave a little bit of like a welt for a couple of days, but to me, it's so worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's the only one you've experimented
That's the
with.
only one. I'm trying to get a family member to take BPC 157 to help with some knee and joint pain that she's been having. And I have a friend who microdoses terzepatide for her PCOS.
So good.
It has helped her. And she's a new person. She has great like blood sugar. She has great like quality of life. She has lost weight. I mean, she was so active. She was eating so healthy. She did all the right things. But because of the PCOS, it was really affecting her ability to just like lose that weight and stay healthy. And I mean, she glows differently now. She's so happy. So I think peptides can really change your life.
It really, I mean, I started taking peptides with my doctor in 2020, Mark Iman's doctor, and also really good for COVID. But like, I'm telling you, they are a game changer. Like, and the best thing about it is that they're not that expensive compared to a lot of, you know, these treatments and all that stuff. And, they're more accessible. You can take it daily. I think a lot of these biohacking things you can do for your health and longevity, it's like you need to be doing it more consistent. And if you are going to like a clinic, you're probably just going to go once a month, do an IV or something. But they're making now like peptides are so accessible to most people now.
Yeah.
And now they're coming out with like, you know, the nasal sprays, and they're actually doing the lozenges. And there's like so many things happening in the peptide space where it's just like, yeah, I think it's going to be a game changer for most people. And you're just seeing kind of everyone hop on the peptides, and it's very regenerative. It's not medication.
It's beautiful.
It's actually like regenerating and actually healing and doing these things and just like improving the curve a lot faster in your health. So I'm just like such a fan. What do you do for your hair? We didn't do the hair, but like I did want to say, you mentioned on your social about rosemary oil, and that really was like making my hair fall out, and I thought this was benefiting my hair. So what do you do for your hair?
So I was trying rosemary oil for the longest time before I tried minoxidil, which is I use the 5% foam over the counter. You can get it from anywhere. But the rosemary oil, I would add it into a carrier oil. I have used it alone. Like I tried everything. No matter what I did, it would make my hair fall out. And I thought maybe I was just like experiencing hair shedding and new hair would come in. I had no idea because on social media, everyone's like, rosemary oil is great for your hair. Like you have to do it. And of course the science checks out. Like it really is great. It acts like a natural minoxidil essentially. But for me, I don't know. I think my hair follicles just like did not respond well to it. It was making my hair fall out. So I discontinued it. And I know you had that issue too, which is interesting.
You said it, I stopped, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this was making my hair fall out.
It was so crazy. And for people who are more sensitive like you and I think rosemary water works really great. Like if you boil rosemary in water, you put it in like a spray bottle, just spray it on your scalp. I think that would be really great to help lower inflammation around the hair follicle. But I discontinued that. I started minoxidil foam 5%. I apply it once a day at nighttime. And I've been doing that for about a year and a half now. It's been amazing for hair thickness and hair density. You do go through a shedding phase of about 2 weeks once you're about a month into the treatment. And that's because all of your old weak hairs are falling out, and it's basically being replaced with more strong supportive hair strands. Okay. So it's completely normal. And so that helped with my hair thickness. adding length, it was adding volume. But then I started adding in the GHKQ. And ever since I did that, it helps with length. So now I use minoxidil for volume.
Your hair's so thick.
GHKQ for length.
Oh my gosh. Do you think you're going to keep taking the GHKCU?
I think I will. My plan was to cycle it.
Okay.
I don't want to discontinue it just yet, but I do really love it. I get, I'm very proactive. Like I get my labs checked,
Yeah.
my copper, my zinc.
Okay,
I take a zinc supplement while I'm on it, which I think is important just because you want a healthy balance.
Yeah.
So I love it. I'm going to keep taking it. Maybe I'll switch to like what's it called? The Clo stack or something like that. Because I think the dosage of the GHKQ is less. So maybe I'll do that, but I don't have any plans of like stopping it forever. I think
if
peptides
it's working,
are great.
Yeah. Like,
It's working. And I see the results for sure. Yeah.
I feel like that's every woman's like biggest struggle.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. I mean, and you can make sure you're getting enough sleep, protein, fiber, right? That's like what really makes up your hair and your health and inflammation. But then it's like you can take certain supplements, you can do all the things. Sometimes it's just genetic.
Yeah.
But the good news is that there's so many treatments available now that we can try, and
I know.
there has to be something that works for you,
Do you do any red light? Like I know that's also good for the hair.
I do on my face.
Okay.
I haven't done the red light like caps.
I saw you posted, I think, the mask.
I do the mask.
That brand, and they sent me the cap.
You should do. I mean, it's great for your hair.
Yeah.
I just I haven't bought one yet. Maybe I will, like while I'm doing my face when I'll do the cap.
Like just wrap yourself.
I've been very happy with red light, and the science is there, and I think it's really great for fine lines, inflammation. A lot of people's hair also doesn't grow because of inflammation.
Yeah.
Not only in the body, but because of inflammation in the hair
scalp.
follicle, the scalp. I also think that there's a misconception about not washing your hair is good for your scalp, but you want to make sure that you're constantly cleaning out the oils. So everyone's hair is so different.
I know.
So don't follow what people's hair routines are on social media. Like really experiment and see what works for you, because for you and I, the rosemary oil didn't work, but for another girl, it could have saved her life, right? So
and some people will just keep going on that, and because someone said that, instead of listening to your body and like, it's just kind of intuitively we know what's working for us or what supplements make us feel better. And I'm not going to, someone can recommend something, which I appreciate and I can try it. But if I'm not feeling like it's working or helping, I'll stop.
Yeah.
Like just stop. Just because someone said this is good for you and you are doing it because of that, but you're not feeling your best or your hair's falling out or whatever, just stop,
Totally.
and figure out. But so I did want to talk about your tea coming out. What is this? What's happening? I don't know if you've announced this yet, but
I actually haven't discussed exactly what it is, but I'm like more than happy to. It's not a secret or anything. I'm just making it right now. So it's called Cinis. Cinis means a phoenix, like rising from the ashes. Oh. And the whole idea is when you drink these teas, it helps transform your health from the inside. Okay. And it helps transform how you feel and how you show up as a person every day. So my first product is for women, and it's a tea box that has 4 different types of teas in the box. Oh and each tea is designed to support you throughout each phase of your menstrual cycle. So I have my menstrual cycle tea, the follicular, ovulatory, luteal. So luteal phase, you're like super bloated, maybe you have acne, you're not in a great mood, you kind of just are calm, you want to be alone. So I made a blend that supports that. Whereas in your ovulatory phase, you are sexy, you're feeling great, fun, and I made a blend that helps support that. So it's just really meant to like support your body as you move through the month. And herbal teas have helped me so much with inflammation. It makes me feel good when I drink it, and it's very different than taking a supplement, because I love supplements, but it's like you're just taking a pill and you're going on with your day and you're busy, right? Whereas when you make tea, you have to sit down, you drink it while it's warm, and you're constantly microdosing yourself with these compounds that over time really help your skin and your body and how you feel.
And is there going to be saffron?
No saffron actually in
any
these.
Of these?
No saffron. I created all of the blends myself. Saffron maybe in the future because the whole goal with my brand now is I want to create a tea brand that just supports women's pain points, things that women really have issues with, but they don't really find relief through teas. I think that teas are kind of boring when you go to the grocery store. They're boring. They're very straightforward. And there isn't really a brand that's like focused on women's health.
Yeah.
And because I love women's health so much and I want to support other women, and it's like always been my passion throughout pharmacy school when I was working with clients as a functional nutritionist. I just want people to feel good and to know why what they're taking is working.
Yeah.
I told you before, like in pharmacy school, I loved learning why drugs were working in your body. What were they doing on a cellular level to give you that effect, right? I want more people to be like educated about different supplements and herbs that they're putting in their body and like why that is working for them, not just because they're blindly being told to take it. So that's like what I'm doing right now with Cinis. I'm very excited.
That is so cool. When do you think it's gonna come out?
Oh my gosh, I'm really hoping for like the first week of August.
Okay,
so I'm excited, but right now they're not ready. But like if whoever is listening wants an update, just follow me on Instagram. My Instagram's at wellness.pharm, like farm.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be announcing it. And I think it's just going to be like so great. And I'm so passionate and excited. And
that is so cool.
It makes me so happy.
Yeah, I cannot wait to go. I do like raspberry tea for cramps.
Yeah, that's in my menstrual blend.
Okay. I was going to ask, I was like, is that there?
Of course.
Okay, so rapid fire to end the podcast. First thing you do every morning.
I open my windows and I get fresh air in and I make my bed.
Okay, I love that. And I also have been seeing a lot of people talk about carbon monoxide in the bedroom and they crack the window open because they say when you have your windows closed all night, it actually increases. So I was like, this is great. And so I'm trying to open the windows more.
It's great.
Non-negotiable supplement in your stack right now.
My non-negotiable, I think that honestly has to be my collagen.
Okay.
Collagen peptides I think are great. I know there's a lot of people who are skeptical about collagen supplements, but that's because they're not taking the right one. Make sure it's hydrolyzed collagen peptides. But I do really love it at nighttime, and I've seen a huge difference in my sleep, overall how I look, how I feel, my nail health, my hair. It's a great supplement.
I love that. I've been taking collagen for years in my coffee though. Favorite biohack that most people haven't tried yet?
Ooh, I would have to say
GHK.
The GHK peptide, and also just like really like experimenting with your kitchen. I don't know if like that would be considered a biohack, but it's like the red onions, the garlic, like there are foods that genuinely help heal you. And I feel like that's very commonly overlooked.
Yeah, I love that. That's a really good one. Biggest wellness myth you want to officially bury?
That all cortisol is bad. Like cortisol is actually really great and you need it in the morning time. That's why your cortisol is like higher in the morning. It helps you wake up. You feel like yourself. You have energy. The problem is if it stays high, you want it to taper down overnight. So it's not that all cortisol is bad at all. It's actually so important for you. You just have to know when, you have to just like be aware of like what's normal and what's not with it.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. And what does longevity mean to you?
Just feeling your absolute best in your body, making sure your labs are optimal. And it's like when you feel good, you show up so great in your job and your relationships. So everyone's like routine is going to look so different, but find what works for you and stick with it so that you look and feel your best.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Love all of those. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Where can everyone go find you?
On TikTok, I am at The Wellness Farm.
Okay.
On Instagram, I'm at wellness.farm. And YouTube, I am at Wellness Farm.
Amazing. Well, I'm so excited for your teas. And I'm really grateful you came on the podcast. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your day in Miami because you're just visiting. So
thanks for having me.
Thank you.